Bad news out of the USA as the New York Attorney General goes after Ethereum, or well, kind of. We'll break down the story here for you. Also big gaming news from Avalanche, Shiba Inu news, Amazon news, Twitter news, and more. Let's start with the big Ethereum story, which is also kind of big news for KuCoin, since KuCoin is actually being sued by the New York Attorney General. Now, in that suit, the NYAG argues that Ethereum, along with coins like Luna and UST, are securities. The reasoning for this is because the management efforts of founders and developers exist, and that basically investors could reasonably assume that they will profit from the efforts of these people. Now, this news has shaken markets today because look, if Ethereum is deemed to be a security by US regulators, then holy crap, man, things are gonna get really messy in crypto. Basically, everything is built on Ethereum. And if Ethereum's a security, then everything else definitely is too. Now, there's a few things to unpack here. See, while everyone's kind of freaking out about the lines in this suit from the NYAG over the KuCoin thing, stating that Ethereum might be a security, later in that exact same complaint, the NYAG also says that crypto is counted as a commodity. Make up your mind, guys. So essentially, they are not trying to pass judgment on ETH being a security here, just kind of covering their bases. And as crypto lawyer Jake Chervinsky points out, just because someone makes an allegation in a complaint, it doesn't actually do much to change anything, right? That's not like laws been passed or something like this. Plus, this is only New York State, right? Worth keeping in mind, it's not a national case. Now, on the national front, the SEC does continue to argue that everything except Bitcoin is security. In fact, SEC Chief Gary Gensler recently came out and said, yeah, he thinks Ethereum is a security. That's not the official SEC position, though. But the CFTC, which claims authority over Ethereum, says, no, actually, Ethereum is a commodity. Get out of our turf. Look, every exchange that got a license in New York, like Coinbase and Gemini, they actually had to get approved by New York regulators. You understand that, right? And they also had to get approved for every asset that they listed. So essentially, what they're saying is that, yeah, we gave you a license to sell these assets, but actually, now you're in violations of security laws. Come on, man. The USA's war on crypto is getting nasty, and it's largely illogical. It's just they're throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. And look, it's not just KuCoin in the crosshairs here either of the overzealous regulators. Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken, basically any exchange operating in the USA right now is going to come under intense scrutiny and major fire. And many of them already have, with huge fines being levied. 100 million bucks for Coinbase, 30 million bucks for Kraken, lots of high profile investigations underway for BINANCE US and others. Not good. None of this is good. Okay, so we actually had the video all edited and ready to go for you guys, but then the USDC crash happened. So USDC, the second biggest stablecoin in crypto, has depegged along with USDC, the DAI stablecoin, and the FRAX stablecoins, also depegging. That is because those are both partially backed by USDC. They're both trading at around a 10% discount right now. So what the heck happened? Well, a bank called Silicon Valley Bank has gone under. It was holding about 8% or $3.3 billion worth of the USDC cash deposits. The good news is that 92% of the money backing USDC is not in that bank, so at least that's a positive. But with the bank going into liquidation, it leaves USDC in a bad place with billions tied up for goodness knows how long. Chances are they will get a lot of that money back in the bankruptcy proceedings, right? As everything kind of works out, FDIC and all that stuff gets involved. But still, it's going to take a while for this to happen. And right now, the other 92% of the money backing USDC, though, it is earning 4.5% interest, around $1.7 billion a year. So there's definitely money still coming into the Circle company, which is the owner of the USDC stablecoin. Now this, of course, with a potential boost from Coinbase and other VCs, could shore up USDC pretty damn quickly. So they'll likely get a lot of the money back. They're earning a lot of interest on the money that they've got held up in USDC right now, and we could see the VCs step in to potentially fill any gaps. By the way, the SVB collapse is the second biggest bank collapse in US history, and until yesterday, it was the 20th biggest bank in the USA. Now look, there are real fears here that this could set off a contagion event across the entire market. Some are saying, well, it's a big dollar value amount here at SVB, that actually it's not going to create a banking crisis. It was not such a systemically important bank, but we all know banks are too big to fail in the USA. So we're going to have to see how everything reacts to this on Monday when markets open up and start trading again, because this is definitely a bad story. Obviously bad for crypto specifically, but the SVB collapse, bad for markets in general. S&P 500 taking a pretty big hit on the back of this news. Now look, the SVB topic, it probably needs an entire video of itself. It's a big, dirty mess. But now for what it's worth, I have not yet sold my USDC. I probably would have had I got on the internet earlier today and seen what was going on, but currently down around 10%. I think a recovery of the peg will happen. I don't know how long it's going to take. I could be wrong, but that is my opinion. That is what I'm doing with my money. Can't, of course, tell you what to do with your money, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just telling myself what I want to hear in this situation. But man, it has been a damn tough 18 months for crypto. That is for damn sure. And this is just the extra icing on the cake, the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. I don't know. It's just been some crazy stuff, guys. So yeah, wowzers. But that's bad news. Get that out of the way. Now let's talk about some of the things that are, well, not so crap in crypto right now. Because while the asshats in Washington keep trashing crypto and trying to figure out ways to screw over the industry, lots of good things are also happening. The industry keeps moving forward. Remember, crypto's not going anywhere, even if we have to deal with all this regulatory crap. Let's talk about Avalanche. Avalanche just announced partnerships with some of the biggest brands in the gaming and esports industry. Very exciting news. Avalanche partnered with TSM and Blitz to bring Web3 to over 30 million freaking users. Now, the partnership is going to see Blitz build an Avalanche subnet and then use the AVAX token for gas fees, which means that the more gamers come in, the more AVAX tokens actually get burned. Positive news for AVAX. TSM will then host Avalanche branded tournaments on the new Blitz subnet. This is how gaming goes mainstream in crypto. Avalanche has also partnered with Japanese gaming giant house Gree, G-R-E-E, to onboard another 30 million active monthly users from their user base into the world of Web3. That's huge news. Avalanche has been chosen by Gree as its blockchain of choice for its push into Web3. This will include gaming development, distribution, NFTs, and running over 12 Avalanche validators. Crazy. Now, why'd they choose Avalanche? It's the subnets, baby. The head of Web3 business development over at Gree, well, he was quoted and explained why he thinks subnets are just so damn important. He said it is absolutely critical for gamers to have smooth gameplay. We don't want our games to be impacted by other games' traffic. So we're planning to set up our own subnet, which will allow us to deliver games with a reliable and fast experience for our players. Nice. Crypto gaming, man, is gonna be so big. It's gonna be so big. People aren't even expecting it. It's gonna be huge. Now let's talk about Shiba Inu. The developers over at Shiba Inu have finally shared when they plan to launch the long-awaited Layer 2 network, Shibarium. And I know you're thinking, not another Layer 2 network, Lark. Come on, man. Well, after teasing meme token holders for so long, it looks like the wait is finally over. We are gonna get another Layer 2, this one for Shiba Inu. The public beta launch is set to go live this week, and the SHIB team will be sharing all the details on how to access the beta website here. Now, Shibarium will have a focus on the metaverse in particular, as well as gaming applications. Now, as the team continues to position itself as a serious cryptocurrency, not just a meme coin, right? It's got its own network, it's got its own dApp ecosystem that's starting to grow, right? And in true meme token madness, though, the SHIB ecosystem did pump up big time on the announcement of this news, although it was short-lived with the big crash in the markets. So, there's that to take into account. Now, before breaking down the big Amazon news, and it's really big Amazon news, as well as the big Twitter news, if you do not yet have an account over on BYBIT, well, you need to get yourself one because it is the best place to trade crypto futures, and it has one of the biggest and best spot trading markets as well in the cryptocurrency industry. You can join over 10 million fellow traders and claim up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses by using that link down below in the description. Now let's talk about Amazon. More details have been revealed about Amazon's upcoming NFT marketplace. This story just keeps blowing my mind. NFTs, man, on Amazon, what's going on? Now this is due to launch sometime in the spring, but we now actually have a proposed date. It will reportedly be launching on April 24th, and it will tie ownership to physical goods via NFTs delivered to customers' doors. This means Amazon customers can buy an NFT tied to an item of clothing, for example, with their credit card and get both the physical item delivered to their door and the virtual version delivered straight to their digital wallet. Pretty cool, right? That makes it much bigger news than we originally thought that this would be. Now, the blockchain technology that they are using in the back end is still unclear whether it's something proprietary or they're partnering up with, Polygon or something like that. So we don't know whether it's going to be a public or a private blockchain. Obviously, we're rooting for a public blockchain. Now, a source has likened the move to Starbucks' new loyalty program on Polygon, right? They can onboard millions of users without actually having to educate people about self-custody and all that stuff, and without educating people on how to go out and, set up their own MetaMask and, the big learning curve, essentially. They're taking all that away. The Amazon NFT news, it's just so big, man. This is a $1 trillion company with over 300 million customers globally, and 70% of US adults are Amazon Prime customers. They're going into NFTs, man. Come on, it's big news. It's big news. Just let that sink in for a minute. Now let's talk about Twitter. Speaking of somebody who likes to carry around sinks, Elon Musk, one of the world's biggest and most popular social media platforms, Twitter, well, they are gonna get bigger because how big it is right now is not enough for Elon Musk. Elon is plotting world domination for Twitter. Speaking at the Morgan Stanley conference this week, he made his plans known. He came out and he said, Twitter has the potential to become the biggest financial institution in the world just by providing people with convenient payment options. Interesting. Now look, he's already talked about his grand plans for Twitter centering around actually building out some kind of equivalent to China's WeChat app, which has its own payment system built into it. And that was, of course, his vision for PayPal back in the day too, although it never ended up eventuating. And remember, he was a founder of PayPal, right? And he continues to back his original everything app concept and actually wants to build a powerful finance experience even bigger and even better than PayPal is or ever has been. And it is still unclear whether or not crypto payments are gonna fit into this vision, and if so, when or how. And look, just last week, Elon Musk did post a tweet and alluded to, maybe a change of heart. He tweeted, I used to be in crypto, but now I got interested in AI. Now look, he's probably just trolling because that's what Elon Musk does, but come on, Elon, man, just get back on board the Bitcoin bandwagon, implement some Dogecoin payments, implement some Bitcoin Lightning payments on Twitter. Boom, pump the bags up to the moon, Elon. You know what the deal is, man. It's not that hard. Okay, that's it. Subscribe now. See you next time.